Former Port Richey Mayor Dale Massad accepting a plea deal today that one deputy involved in the case called disgusting. Massad was facing life in prison for shooting at the SWAT team that was trying to serve a search warrant at his home 2 years ago. And tonight, ABC Action News reporter Eric Waxler looks at what might have led to a shorter sentence and why some have harsh words about this deal.
February 2019, Pasco deputies were serving a warrant on Port Richey Mayor Dale Massad. The raid was related to an investigation that he was practicing medicine without a license. Massad said he thought someone was breaking into his home, so he shot his gun in self-defense.
To have to go home and tell my family after 20 years in law enforcement that I almost died.
Today in court, the sergeant who led the SWAT team says he's suffering anxiety and stress over what happened.
I've had nightmares. And I promise you, I'll never forget the image of him standing at the top of the stairs pointing that gun at me and my team.
Massad, who's been in jail for 2 years, will now get out in less than 12 more months after a plea agreement of 3 years on lesser charges of aggravated assault on law enforcement with a firearm. Even the judge said Massad is getting quite a deal, but Sergeant Lindsay had much harsher words.
Mr. Massad has clearly exploited the worst flaw in the criminal justice system, and that's that money and political influence buys you freedom if you're rich.
The case is one of many that never went to trial because of the pandemic. There were no jury trials from March to October. Then courts were shut down again in January.
This was a way to resolve it so that there was light at the end of the tunnel. COVID has made it so that we couldn't get a trial date.
Massad could have gotten a life sentence for attempted homicide.
His conduct during the plea hearings and during the interviews during this investigation have demonstrated that he is a true psychopath.
He's absolutely not a psychopath. He was a frightened man who was defending his home.
Massad's attorney says once he's released, the former mayor will leave Pasco County and move to South Florida to live close to family. In Newport Richey, Eric Waxler, ABC Action News.